today because I just no time. I want to jump in. So let's begin the madness.
I'm
When you
recording.
awake, you see that you are in a snow-covered forest, though this is no winter wonderland. Darkness surrounds the tree line, and the twisted pines offer no refuge from the unforgiving chill. It is hard to discern whether it is day or night, as no light from the sun penetrates this wood. Vague flashes of memory echo through your mind. All you know that is cold, your stomachs are empty, and sleep doesn't seem too far off. What do you do?
Well, we didn't land in water like I thought we did, or this is more like a forest, right?
Yes, and with snow. So we must have traveled some ways.
I do really like snow, it's water.
It is.
I'm freezing. Where are we? We need to find shelter.
Well, hold on. Let me see if I can figure out where we are. She looks and just walks a little bit off where they all landed, and goes to see if any of the bushes or plant life look familiar. That she knows that a general region.
Roll nature with disadvantage.
Say 15 plus 4, so 19, and then nat 20.
Okay. So unfortunately, with disadvantage, you're going to take your lower roll, but 19 is still a good roll.
Mhm.
Um, so with the discerning area that you're just kind of looking at in the forest, this is an unfamiliar territory. You can tell that this forest is old. It is ancient. It is lost to time almost. The barks of the trees is old, and the snow-covered ground doesn't give much help to discern where you are. You just know that this forest is dark, and it's nowhere you've been in your entire life.
Taking a look at this bark, this place is ancient. These roots go on forever, and something doesn't seem right.
Does anybody know what
I
time
don't
it
feel good
is?
about it. No, I maybe we should light some or something. I'm cold, and
Like light a fire?
should we start a fire? Should we walk? I mean, should we light a fire, or should we start just pick a direction and try to find somewhere to stay?
Maybe we should walk a little bit. We're a bit
Who
out
knows
in
how
the
deep in the
open.
forest we are?
That's true, and maybe there is some kind of shelter nearby, or something that we can make into a quick shelter, because out in the open, the wind's gonna get really cold. And if we have no covering, the snow's just gonna fall on us.
Say we look for a shelter place
I'm
and no
also
fire.
really hungry. If we can't find shelter, then I think maybe fire and eat some rations and try to sleep for the night. But maybe we should just try to find somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
So the open path heads in two directions. Well, direction on your left and a direction on your right. Which way do you go?
Can we see which way is like more traveled at all? Like there's footprints in the snow?
There's nothing.
Nothing. Cool.
Well, if we go into the forest more, it'll be darker, and if a path leads out of the forest, it'll be lighter. Can I look both directions to see which pathway seems either the lightest or the darkest?
Both directions. As stated before, it is dark. It's unable to discern if there's light does not penetrate this forest. Yeah,
I
there's
just wanted to. Okay.
yeah, no worries.
Make it take a vote.
I vote
mean,
right.
say we go
if we
right.
don't know where we are, Okay, we can go to the right. I don't think it matters. I mean,
At this point, I think we just have to wing it.
All right.
are you guys okay? Is everybody unhurt?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty dry here. But yeah. Fine.
What's marching order if you're walking in one line or you all just walking as a group?
I'll go near the front.
I'll go
Thal.
second. Oh, you can go.
No, I was gonna say hide behind somebody. The hell's just gonna hide?
And then Elowen.
Okay, Ellen's on the rear.
Sure. Since Bailey's up front.
Sure. Elowen, roll a perception check. With disadvantage, I'm sorry.
Well, it's a 2. But my perception is +4, so 6, and then 18 now. So 6.
6. As you guys are traversing down this snow-covered path, a glimpse of light reflects off of the snow and catches your eye. Something was moving very quickly within the wood, but it moves so quick that it's hard for you to discern what it is. Just something tells you that you're not alone.
Hey, guys, wait. I think I saw something over there. And she points in the direction she saw the reflection off of. I don't think we're the only ones here.
I like grabs Lucan, hides behind him, like, where's the monster?
It might not be a monster. It could maybe be a deer.
That's a monster.
No, they're very sweet and gentle most of the time.
I mean, we are in a forest. I'm sure there's lots
Lucan,
of living things.
Lucan kind of like lifts his arm up and like looks behind at Thal. You know, a lot of people probably see you as a monster, so I don't know what you're so scared of. It's probably a deer.
Touche.
So you guys keep heading on. Okay.
Yeah.
So the pathway seems to kind of get narrower as you've traveled for about 45 minutes at this time. It's just been cold and the snow is starting to really envelop you. As kind of snow falls through the trees and through the parts of this. I need everyone to roll a Constitution saving throw. Thal, you get advantage.
Okay.
Hmm?
14.
19.
7.
Lauren, what'd you say?
17.
Okay. Lucan, you are suffering from 1 point of exhaustion due to the cold. Um, let's see. Thal, you automatically succeed on that throw, so you're good. As you continue further, and kind of through this pathway, um, there is to the right hand side on the ground, you see this pile of black. And as you get closer, you notice that it is a large raven with red blood staining the snow. It's dead.
Oh. Oh dear. I wonder what happened to it.
I don't think that's a good omen.
Well,
It's a bird.
You continue going farther and deeper onto the trail, and you're starting to see more dead ravens with piles of blood. And eventually, almost an en masse pile of dead ravens appear, about 2 feet high, of just blood and seeping disgustingness and viscerage. And then as you look up from the trees are hanging birds by their feet as blood drips onto the ground as you pass by this area. And then you see a blood trail smeared into the dirt and snow leading down the path.
Is that the monster trail?
Well, whatever it is, I'm sure it's scarier than you, so.
Who would do something like this? This is horrible. Nothing natural about this.
Is there anything like missing from the bodies?
I can try to look.
Give me
Elowen's gonna get.
go on. Yeah, investigation.
Okay. 8.
As you kind of like look over the bird, and some of them, you can see that there doesn't seem to be any open gashes where entrails are being spilled out or anything. It literally looks just like these birds had their necks cut for their blood.
It looks like the blood was drained out of them. For what purpose?
Does anybody know of magic that needs blood?
I'm sure some magic
Never
does.
seen anything like this before.
Some deep, dark magic does, but nothing I've encountered or specifically know of.
Well, like the word dark magic.
Continue on.
I think we should we move on? I don't want to go down that path, that's for sure.
It's the only way
What do you
forward.
guys think?
Do we turn around?
I was kind of wanting to turn around, but guys, like I'm getting pretty cold.
And turning around would cost you another hour of walking back to where you started.
Let's keep going forward and see if we can find any sort of close, dense trees that will have some protection from the snow.
I think we should move forward quietly.
And who knows, maybe they're taking the blood for a bloodbath to stay warm.
That's kind of what I'm worried about. Something along those lines.
Make
You
a
guys
fire in
forward?
the trees while something like this is around. I guess we can keep going forward.
Okay.
Let's try to move
I
as
haven't
quietly as possible.
I have an extra set of traveler's clothes. I think that's what it says in my thingy. Can I put them on?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so he's gonna like hold on a second, guys. Like plop his backpack down and like rummage through it and throw on some more clothes. Alright. He's got like a pair of
Baili
pants
will
like
also
wrapped around
bundle
his
out.
neck.
Nice scarf.
I love that. Yeah, Bailey's gonna put her hood up and put on her extra clothes and bundle up and try to stay warm. Hate the cold.
Thal's loving it.
All right. So you said you're all moving forward quietly.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. You all can roll a stealth check. Lucan, you'll have disadvantage because of
Hey.
exhaustion.
Oh.
13.
15.
I'm so sneaky. 26.
Rogues.
I love
So
being a rogue.
I got a nat 20 and then I got a nat 1. So, you know what?
All right. So as you guys start to move down the path, Lucan is just absolutely frigid, and it's hard for him to stay quiet as everyone else can, cracking over branches that are hidden in the snow. Just it's making a little bit of noise as you guys echo in the otherwise silent, pretty much silent forest. Um, but eventually, The narrow pathway leads up to, and with the bloodstains, a small cottage in the wood. It is there's no light coming from the inside, but the blood trail leads up to the door, and there is bloody handprint on the door frame, and the door is slightly ajar.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Yeah, I don't feel good about this either. She's kind of cut Lucan a look. Just kind of be like,
If you're
no,
still
you can
talking, I
watch where
can't
you're
hear
walking.
you. You cut out a
For a
lot.
second.
Oh, she told Lucan to watch where he's walking. Is it better now?
Yeah.
I can't
She
particularly help it.
just saying you don't have to step on every branch.
It's not like I'm trying.
So should we like look in the window and knock? Or should we be like, no?
Well, this is where the path ends. If we keep going, we'll be going off the beaten path and no
Right.
idea where we're headed. But I don't feel great about this. It is a form of shelter, but
Oh. Well, maybe they'll want some help killing birds.
I won't be part of that.
Should we not like at least try to like look, like see if anybody's home?
If they're not, they'll
I
come
don't know
back.
if we should.
I mean,
I don't know if we should knock, but maybe we could just look in the windows or see if we can see anybody inside.
yeah, I'm just afraid for Lucan. He might get like frostbite.
Thank you for your
gonna-
concern.
I'm gonna look in the window without being detected and see if I get indoors.
Sure. There's only one window on this side of the wall. That surrounding the house is bramble and pine and tree. Doesn't really seem there's any way around the house, but you peer into the window and you see all is blackness, as if there may be a curtain covering the window.
I go back and I say this. I couldn't see anything.
Looks like the door is open a little bit. I usually wouldn't suggest this, but we could freeze out here if we don't find shelter. Should we take a peek through the door?
Let's try knocking.
I think it's
just
either
in
that
case.
or
Who knocks?
Thal will.
Okay.
She just like
Right.
lightly knock and be like, "Hello, is anybody there? They're cold."
The door kind of creaks as the force of you knocking, just a little slightly ajar. But no one seems to call or answer on the other side.
At the creaking door, Thal like hides behind Lucan again, like, "Doors are scary." So nobody answered, just so you guys know.
We go in.
I think
I
we
don't-
either need to go in or go make camp in the woods somewhere. But we need to get warm and we need to eat.
All right.
I don't really have much choice. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to move.
Maybe they won't mind just a little bit, just to warm up, and then we go out and find a real shelter, or not a real shelter, you know what I mean, out in the woods. We'll build a
Yeah.
fire.
And I'll leave a pearl. You guys all seem to like those.
Okay.
You guys head in. All right. Who goes first?
I will, because she knocked.
All
I'll
right.
go in with Thal.
So you creak open the door, and on the other side is just a dark cabin with some furniture along the sides of a hallway. You see like a cupboard and a little cabinet on the side to your left, and then it kind of goes in deep. Seems to be a doorway on the left hand side. You see that there are bloodstains that kind of still through the house, leading forward and into the doorway on the side.
Um, should we try the bloody door? It
It's
could
just a
be in
door
there.
frame. There's no other.
Oh,
It's just a
okay.
like a yeah.
I am going to be brave. And she'll say that, like, I'm going to be brave, like whispering. And she's going to, like, peer around the door frame to see inside.
It looks to be just kind of a small living quarters. There is a cot, as well as a dinner table, as well as a large hearth. Um, there's some rugs on the floor, and then in the far right corner, there's another archway where the blood trail kind of leads into.
Oh. She'll call out, hello? Are you, anybody home?
No one answers.
She looks back and shrugs. Well, I mean, I think we're okay.
Maybe if we just stay in this room.
Yeah, I don't really want to explore. I think the ravens and the blood kind of. Maybe we should stay close to the door in case we need to get out quick or something.
Have you guys all entered this like main room?
Hmm.
Um, as you all kind of like take a moment to like take in your surroundings, you hear a shattering of glass or pottery from the next room over, as well as quick moving footsteps and something wooden grinding on the wooden planks of the floor in the next room.
Monster! She'll hide behind. There's a chair in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna hide behind the chair.
Elowen's going
Lucan's
to.
gonna. Oh, I was just gonna say Lucan was gonna start backing up towards like the main door again.
Elowen holds out her staff just a little bit and slowly walks to the wall, like where the archway is, and she's going against it, and she's going to peer into the other room.
Okay. As you kind of creep your head around, and at first it kind of startles you because you see a deer, but then you realize it's just a trophy. Some taxidermy deer on the wall
Hmm.
with its antlers, and then there's a staircase that leads down into a cellar.
Hello? We heard someone in here. We mean you no harm. We just needed to get out of the snow.
Nothing answers you.
Maybe they hurt themselves when they dropped something. Maybe they need our help.
I don't know about this, guys.
We could at
But
least check it out.
I can go first if you say I'm the monster.
You're not a monster, Thal.
What do you do?
I'll go down.
Just
She'll follow
Elowen?
closely. Nah,
Thal?
Thal will follow closely behind.
Bailey will follow behind Thal.
Lucan, you said there was a cot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Were there blankets on the cot?
Mhm.
He's gonna take a blanket and like wrap it around his shoulders and then like slowly creep after them.
Okay. So you descend on the cold stone steps as you go down into the cellar. That smell of must and mildew kind of fills your nose, and there is a curtain, like a hanging cloth at the end of the stairs. And Thal, she extends her hand, to peel it back. Um, and you hear a falling, something falling down there, and you kind of see just past a little bit that some wooden planks have fallen over that were once standing against like the stone wall on the left hand side. You continue going in.
Elowen takes out one of her torches and she lights it
Okay.
Thal
for
backs up.
some light.
It illuminates the room a little bit, and you can kind of, as you look in, you see where the wooden planks had once um, been standing up along the stone wall, and you see that written in blood there is a message that says, "Goddess save the queen." And the blood trail continues deeper into the cellar, and there is a corner that it takes.
Keep going.
All right. As you
Yeah.
continue, at the end of the cellar is this dark oak wardrobe where the blood trail ends at its two doors.
Okay. We open it on 3. I'll grab one side. Thal, you grab the other. Bailey, get ready for whatever comes out.
She will draw her short sword.
Okay.
Wait.
All right, so
Lucan
Mhm.
will just kind of shuffle himself up against the wall so that like he's not in like direct
sure,
of
trajectory
anything that comes out.
anything
No
that
LOS.
And I'm gonna keep my sword sort of behind me, kind of hidden from sight, just in case.
Okay. So on the count of 3, both Thal and Elowen open up the wardrobe drawers to reveal a broom and some moth-eaten clothes and nothing else.
I will touch the broom and be like, does it move like Elliot's? Mr. Broom, do you move?
Nothing answers you.
I don't think this is a magic broom.
Maybe
As you
there's
Can I
something
look
behind
around?
it.
Yeah. Can I look around the rest of the room, like if the blood trail goes anywhere else, or if there's anything that seems suspicious?
Sure, and everything kind of down here, the blood trail just ends at the wardrobe, um, and that's all that you can see. There's no other trail that leads off of this small kind of tight cellar. It's not very large by any means. It's maybe 5 feet wide.
Should we
Is there
move the wardrobe?
possibly? Elowen kind of looks to the side of the wardrobe, and she tries to shine the torch by it to see if anything stands out.
Sure. So between the crack of the wardrobe and the wall, there is nothing. It's just a standalone wardrobe.
maybe we have to close it and then open it again, and it's like a door that appears. Like, this was just the off chance that it's not the hidden passage.
As you're all kind of discussing this, you hear this large crash from above as the wooden planks above you, that's the floor above you, kind of drip with dust and debris as you hear this loud banging around and crashing around, and then another blast of something happens, and then all settles again.
The first crash, Thal jumps in the wardrobe and hides. So, I guess it's upstairs we need to go, not in the closet?
Oh,
Are you guys sure we shouldn't try to slip back outside and go make camp? This is kind of making me feel nervous.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel the same way.
let's at least go upstairs.
All right. As you head back up the stairs, the taxidermied head of the deer has fallen off the wall as it kind of sits at the top of the steps, just kind of eerily peering down in the basement. And when you guys get to the top of this like landing, you see that a bookcase and debris has fallen over the entrance of you getting back into the other room, and then you see a blood trail underneath of it.
Oh, God.
Hell is going on.
I don't know, but it's not good. Elowen moves the deer head out of the way, and she looks at it sadly and says a tiny prayer to Cynthia in her head,
Mhm.
um, hoping the deer's spirit has passed to better pastures.
Lucan, do you want to help me try to move this bookcase?
Can try.
All right, both of you roll strength check. Lucan, you're gonna roll with disadvantage.
How have I not warmed up yet?
Exhaustion lasts until you do a long rest or eat food and drink.
Okay.
And we haven't had a long
Um,
rest yet, have we?
I rolled a nat 1. Sorry.
Hold on.
Bailey kind of puts one hand on it, but really she's like, she pretends she wants Lucan to do all the work.
Fuck!
Oh, no.
Okay, we can't lift it. I got
So-
a nat one. Fuck this.
Oh my
You guys-
god.
Nice jail!
You guys both try to lift up this fallen bookshelf, and it's just way too heavy. Whatever is on it, whatever is leaning. But as you kind of like look down, you see that there's a small enough crevice to shimmy underneath of it and like army crawl underneath of it.
Thing is heavy. I don't want to get crushed by it if it falls anymore. I thought that you were like a weightlifter.
I'm cold.
Well,
Fair enough.
how about one of us tries to hold it up and the rest of you climb under? And then I'll be the last to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's real strong?
Well, I would say Lucan, but it seems the cold has dampened his strength.
I can try lifting. Or DM, did you say we can all just fit? We have to lift it?
You can just fit under it right now.
Oh. Okay. I will go under and check it out. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, you get down on your stomach and you start pulling yourself forward as you cross the other side, and you
Just
see that
swimming.
that there is a large hole that has been broken through the cabin wall, leading to the outside of the forest on the other side of the cabin. And you can see that it's a little lighter on this side, as if sunlight is now kind of penetrating for what it can on the other side of the forest wall.
If you guys can hear me, I see like
They can.
sunlight. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's yeah.
It's just they can see my feet basically, probably.
Mhm.
Like, okay, guys, I'm gonna keep going because I can see sunlight. It's like daytime, not nighttime.
Okay, that's good. And you're safe? There's nothing over there?
Yeah, I'm safe.
No monster?
I am the only monster here. Remember?
All right. Bailey
We're saying
will
other people, you can stop making it a big deal. Other people think you're a monster. We don't. You are a nice lady. You have been very helpful. Thank you. Lucan's starting to get cranky because he's freaking cold.
Thal goes the rest of the
put your
way.
Okay, so
Move
you're on
her
the other
butt out of the
side.
way. Yeah,
Okay,
she'll get
who's
her butt
next?
out of
I'll follow Thal. I'll be right back. But Bailey
Okay.
will crawl underneath and follow Thal into the next room.
Okay, and then Lucan's next, followed by Ellen.
Mhm.
All right, so you guys make it all to the other side of the lot or the cabin, and you all see the large hole that has been broken um, through, and you see the other side of the forest through.
See? Sun. Is it warm? Can we feel
No,
temperature? Oh,
no,
okay.
it's still the same, but just a little lighter now.
Well, it's not safe here. Who knows what that was? Person or not. I say we keep going.
Right. So you guys head out on the other side of the um forest or the cabin, and then it kind of opens up to a little wider passage, and then you see that there's like a cliffside, almost like a trench, and then you see that there is a picket sign in there with a sign pointing the direction towards this like trench that says Whitecliff, quarter of a mile.
Whitecliff, have you ever heard of Whitecliff?
Nope.
I haven't. A quarter of a mile's not far.
But I'm guessing it's over the trench.
Either we have to go back inside that house or continue forward to Whitecliff. That's our only two choices. And we heard that big crash in the house. So who knows what's happening inside there.
I don't want to stay anywhere that's covered in blood. I don't like it. It makes me feel it I just don't like it. I don't like seeing the blood stains on the floor.
Well, since we can't get across, should we just go into that tree cover? It's just a little bit. Make a quick fire and eat something and then continue going. Maybe we can find a way around the trench. Maybe there's a tree fallen or something up ahead.
There could be a bridge. Maybe there's a trail. You know, White Cliff sounds like a town. We could probably find somewhere safe, an inn.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. And if there's a sign here, there has to be a path. Like, it's a safe-ish path.
I would think so. So, what should we do? Should we walk, or do you guys want to take a short rest?
Take a short rest. I think Lucan can benefit from it.
As can I. I'm at 1 hit point, so yeah. She's not
Yeah,
doing
I
so well.
want to eat something. I want to eat
From
something.
what?
I don't know. I just am. Something happened at Halloween, I guess.
So what do you guys decide to do?
Short rest. Rest.
Remember,
We're gonna.
short rest is 8 hours.
Oh.
Well,
Well,
if we sit around the fire and eat though, and spend like 2 hours, would that help her HP or help Lucan at all? If we just like have a meal and a nap?
You can try, absolutely. In the bitter cold.
You can try.
My
I think
Oh,
walking might be the best because we might freeze if we stand still. Or we go back inside that spooky house.
Luke and I still have that torch. It's only a little bit of fire, but it might keep you slightly warm, and maybe we can eat rations while we, go. I have some bread on me. It's a little crumbly and a little hard, but it'll get the job done.
I've got some rations too. So
Let's just eat on the way and keep going.
I agree.
Okay. Um, so you guys continue down the path, eating your rations, and getting that taken care of. Lucan, your point of exhaustion has dispersed because you have eaten. Um, as you continue, you finally exit on the other side of the trench of these two kind of cliff faces, and then you are now overlooking what seems to be a valley. Deep within this valley, you see that there is a village just down below the path, as well as you look farther through the mist and the snow and the fog, a large castle leaning over, almost as if overbearing over the village as you see it in the distance. I sent a picture for reference.
Well, looks like there's humans here. At least.
Well, there's no telling they're actually human, but
Land dwellers, then.
land dwellers.
Looks like we could probably find a restaurant and somewhere to sleep tonight if we wanted to.
A warm tavern would be nice right about now.
Alrighty, so you guys head back down into down the path, and you come across two old flagstone kind of pillars, moss covered and snow covered as well, and an iron sign that says Whitecliff. You kind of see past through the village that there are some villagers wrapped in their furs and winter, kind of outfits. Um, as they are pushing carts and things like that, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of people out and about at this time.
Elowen goes up to one of them, the people that she sees passing on the street, and she's, excuse me, sir, ma'am, I was wondering if you could tell us or point us in the direction of a tavern.
You come across an old farmer human, graying hair, and mustache, and his face is dirt covered and all of that, and you see his rosy nose, as he pushes a cart of hay down, and he kind of like looks at you like he's never seen anyone other than the people that he knows, and he goes, "You you want the tavern or an
Yes.
inn or well, you can try the Sleeping Maiden Inn just over there across the courtyard, and we only have one tavern in town. It's the One More Bite Tavern."
Thank you so much.
How did you get here? Anyone
What do
else
you
came
mean?
through the village?
We just walked down a path, and it led us here.
Huh. picks up his wagon and he moves forward about his business.
Elowen comes back to the group and she's like, "Well, I know where there's an inn and a tavern. They're separate. But the guy was really strange. He asked how we got here."
Well, we walked, of course.
That's what I said. There's a path. So, I don't know. He said that the tavern is over that way. And she
Unless
points.
he meant, how did we get here? Like, remember how we were on that little thing, and then we're like, let's jump, and then blackness, and then here we are. Nobody remember that? Was that a dream?
Yes.
I do kind of remember that. Do you mean are we in a different world?
We could have asked
No,
somebody what world this is.
It's probably just some old farmer. I wouldn't think twice about it.
Okay,
Go to the tavern then.
sounds
Alright.
good.
So you head to the tavern it's this cobblestone kind of built tavern haphazardly with old wood and a thatched kind of roof where there is a sign above it that says the Sleeping Maiden, or I'm sorry, the One More Bite Tavern. You can see that there is warmth that looks like coming from the inside of like a fireplace of something like that. And you guys all enter, you said?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you enter, you see that there is a bartender at the top of the hall. Looks like no one is out or ordering anything like that. No one is at the tables or anything. There's no bard or anything. It's just kind of almost an empty tavern. Um, and the bartender, it's an older gentleman, kind of in cloth and farmer, just peasant looking outfit. And he looks up and he says, "Good morning."
Morning. Good morning.
Hi.
That's
There
why.
something I can do for you folks?
We just needed maybe a nice cup of tea and your fire for some warmth. We were out walking for a while.
Okay. All I have is black.
I'm sure
Yeah.
that'll be fine.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's fine.
Have a seat wherever you'd like. I'll bring you all a kettle. 4 cups.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
What? I know the name of the town is Whitecliff, but is this on a different, what continent world are we on?
You're on the continent. The only continent.
What is the continent's name?
We just call it the continent. If
Huh.
anything, the Queen's continent. Have you
Oh,
all bumped your head or something?
a
I
little
don't
bit.
know.
We've been out. We've been out there for a while. Almost got frostbite. We're a little delirious. Sorry, we haven't gotten much sleep.
And what queen is ruling right now?
He just stops and stares at you. The only queen. And he turns around and he starts boiling a pot of water on the fire.
Thal goes to the rest of the group who's the only queen? I don't even know the queen of Everas.
Maybe we shouldn't ask any more questions.
Okay. Shh.
You don't think that he could be talking about you know who?
Almost said Voldemort.
There's
Charlie?
a way.
There's There's no way, right? I mean, where are we?
I have no idea.
she did do that nasty thing to Mr. Elliot.
I mean, it is kind of weird that we encountered her and now we're. I don't know. I don't feel good about this. I don't like the way he said the only queen.
Let's avoid the only queen at all cost.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
The bartender, he comes over and like tosses a copper pot down on the table and sets down the the 4 cups, and he says, "Be 15 gold pieces."
Girl? Or do you take Shell?
No, the queen's gold, and that's all I'll take.
I'll
5.
pitch in 5.
Same.
Thank you. And he takes it from you and he puts it in his little apron and goes back behind the bar, starts cleaning a glass while just like kind of glaring at you guys for a minute and then paying you no mind.
What? Like, how do we get out of this place? Why are we here? I don't
I don't
feel
know,
like
but we
a really
need to
good
get back.
keeper.
I want to get back. There are things we need to do.
Yeah.
How do we even go about that?
I don't. Let's just take a minute to decompress and drink our tea, and then we'll make a decision.
Okay.
So some time passes as you all just kind of try to get warmed up, and um, you're sitting around the fire and at the table, and no one else seems to come in. And the bartender, he just kind of like anytime you look at him, you kind of see him like just glaring back at you, and then continuing his business. Like he's not subtle by staring at you by any means. Um, and then the door opens to the front of the tavern, and um, a woman comes in, dark brunette hair. She's really pretty. Um, she has on kind of a red cloak over her, and she kind of pulls it off and sets it on the hook. And she has kind of a blouse on and a corset and black um, dress, like skirt basically, and some riding boots. And she goes up to the bartender. She's like, "I am sorry, I am late. It has just been a bitter cold." The bartender says, "I'm not going to ask you to be here on time again, Ruby. After this last time, I'm going to have to fire you." She's like, "I'm sorry. Whatever you need." And she kind of like looks over and she's like, "We're obviously not that busy right now." And the bartender, he just kind of finishes cleaning his glasses, rolls his eyes, and sets it over. And she kind of like huffs and she like brushes herself and she walks over to your table and she says, "Hi, good morning. I see you have teas or anything else that I can bring you. My name is Ruby. I'll be taking care of you."
I'm
No.
good.
No, thank you.
"Okay, well, if you need anything, just holler. Obviously, I'm not that busy, so." And she goes back behind the counter of the bar and into a back room.
She's not scary as the other man. Or is
No,
she
but
scary?
if we're here and we're not supposed to be, and something's wrong, what if we get in trouble?
Maybe that's the way out. Actually, don't pay me no mind. I don't think that's the way out at all. That's a prison.
I mean, the last time we were in a tavern at the wrong place at the wrong time, we got blamed for murder, so.
Yeah,
He has a point.
her track record's not very clean. Maybe we should not be in a tavern. Again.
We can go to the inn and take our rest.
But it's morning.
We've been up all night.
Have we? Damn. We don't know.
You-
Nobody has keen mind, right?
Your memories are kind of fading. From when you first started, like when I was like your kind of echoes of what happened before kind of go through your head. And as you slowly start to kind of as the day progresses and you guys are programming, what happened previously is starting to vacate from your mind. So you're really not sure. All you just remember kind of is waking up. You still have glints of your memory, and I'll have you guys roll for that of how well you remember.
Are you talking about our memory just of like the conflict or like
Yes,
our memories of overall?
of before you came here, before you woke up in the
Everything.
forest. Hmm.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Oh,
So, what do you guys all remember before this morning?
seems foggy.
Should we write this all down just in case? Because I feel like I'm forgetting something important.
Maybe I remember what happened to Mia. I know I was looking for her. I remember being in Canterbury.
Ocean.
We were by the ocean. Yeah.
But how'd we get to Canterbury to here?
There was that hotel. There was a witch. There were a few witches. We ran into witches. I don't know.
Did they cast a spell on us and cat put us here? Maybe that's what happened.
That could be. Something's wrong though. I think you're right, Val. Something doesn't feel right. My head feels funny.
Well, maybe we do need sleep, that means.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we're just tired.
But
Go see.
if the tea
Could go
was
for a
15,
nap. Oh, sorry.
if the tea was 15 gold pieces, I don't have very much for a room.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of gold, but I don't know if I could afford a room.
Can pitch in too, but again, it's not much either.
Well, how much do you think the room will be? I don't want to spend all the money that I have though.
Should we
Um,
just
Maybe
ask?
Yeah, I mean maybe they would make a deal with us or let us work or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that nice waitress would know just a little bit. We're not asking any weird questions, just how much a stay would be.
That's a good
Liz,
idea.
Liz, did you turn off your video for a reason?
Yeah,
Okay.
Chris is yeah, I'm back.
No worries. I was like, I don't know if you know or not. Okay. Okay, cool.
No, I did. We have Chris's sister is staying with us. So she just yeah, no, you're good.
What are we doing?
Think-
Well, I'm gonna finish my tea and I guess we could ask Ruby some questions just about lodging.
Good idea. Bailey, do you want to talk to her?
Sure. Yeah. And I'll wait till if Ruby's like walking around, flag her over.
Sure. So, you see that yeah, she kind of is just getting things prepped for the day and stuff like that, and she sees you flag her over, and she's like, "Oh," and she like kind of straightens her blouse, and she comes over, and she's like, "Yeah, did you need something?"
Yeah, just a quick question.
Mhm.
The Sleeping Maiden, that's the inn, right?
Yeah, my grandmother owns it.
Perfect. So, how much would we expect to spend on a staying a night there?
I heard just normal rooms are gonna cost you about 50 gold pieces.
50? Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Do you know if there's any way that she would maybe let us work or lower the wage or maybe something a little more affordable in town? Or is that
Uh,
really the only place?
it's yeah, it's gonna be the only inn here. We get like no travelers at all, so um, it's pretty barren over there. It's just her and I work here in the mornings, and then whenever he lets me go, I help her out over at the inn, but we rarely get anyone, so she normally doesn't need any help. You could always ask, but kind of a useless place for people who live here.
What do you
Fair
mean?
enough. Yeah, why is that? How come travelers are so uncommon?
Well, after the queen took throne, no one visits anymore. We used to be a glorious kingdom, but there's new laws, edifices, and travelers just don't come here.
What kind of laws?
And you'll have to ask a lawman. I all I know is what I know. She
Okay.
kind of looks a little like nervous to talk about the queen.
Okay. Thank
Uh,
you.
one more question.
Yeah.
Is there a job posting anywhere? I've seen them in previous towns of where people for deliveries and that kind of stuff can get quick coin. We need some place to rest tonight, and uh, it's a little
You
steep for the room price.
could always try the notice board. I mean, there's really not many jobs to go around. We're kind of in a economic crisis.
Well, thank you.
Hmm. Just let me know if you need anything else.
Well, I have 30 gold. I don't really want to spend all of it if that's our only option. We could pull our money and stay for one night.
I have
It's only
10.
one night. I got pearls.
We don't even have enough for a room.
As you guys are all talking, the door to the tavern opens up again, and first your eyes go to a normal human height. Then you see a dwarf enter the room. He's got a two pickaxes strapped to his back. Wearing a large kind of leather coat and vest. As he kind of simmers up to the bar where Ruby is kind of like resting her chin on her, palm of her hand, and she goes, "Oh well, look who it is! 6 hot mulled ciders and 1 peppermint mocha." And the dwarf goes, "Yes, lass, it's all we'll need." Ruby says, "I'll get it for you, Grumpy." And she goes back and into the thing, and the she says something to the bartender, and she starts pouring up some glasses and puts a lid on it and puts it all in a little tray and says, "Do you need any help?" And the dwarf goes, "Nah, I'm fine." And he tosses a coin purse up on the bar as he kind of like handles all 7 drink orders with his hands, and he like nods his head, looks over at you guys, and is like, "Huh," and then heads out of the tavern.
We really don't see many travelers, I guess.
Sure.
That's not kind to say.
But he was.
He's a dwarf.
A dwarf.
A dwarf, they have. That is their stature.
A lot of hair.
Same with orcs. I'm not a full orc, but I still have tusks.
Yeah, or like my horns and my tail.
I noticed those. I have a tail too. She says a little too loud.
Thal. Shh.
Oh, sorry. Tail too. You can't see it right now.
Well, I'm done with my tea. Maybe we could walk around and check out that notice board or see if we can learn anything else by walking into town.
Yeah, I guess I mean, at the very least, we could maybe make a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Maybe. She said there wasn't a lot of job postings, but maybe we could make enough for a night, maybe.
Guys, head out.
Mhm.
Okay. So Ruby, she looks at as you guys leave, and she says, "Thanks for coming by." Um, and then as you all head out back into the fray of the village, as you kind of you see that the dwarf that had just entered kind of um, gathers to another group of six other dwarves as they all are handed out their drinks. And they all kind of take it, and then you see them kind of head out of town on a pathway. Um, Other villagers kind of like as they're going about their kind of morning routines that they give you glances for sure, not necessarily unwelcoming but definitely curious of you all. What do you do?
Oh, should we find that notice board?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
just start walking up the street.
Yep. So you guys start heading out through the street as you kind of take a glance at all of the shop fronts or other houses. You see that there is a mercantile in town as well as like a clothier's place. There is a frozen fountain kind of in the center of the village, and there is a well not too far off as well. And then you kind of see what seems to be kind of a town hall of sorts, kind of a little bit larger, a little bit more not grandiose looking, but a little bit more um, kept up with the upkeep. Large columns that kind of keep it up, and then you see that there is a notice board um, posted up there. Approach.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you see on the notice board there is not much. You see painted onto the sign village of water or Whitecliff, um, and then goddess save the queen underneath of it. You see that there are some old looking parchments that have been nailed on onto the board, and it's faded writing of the ink, kind of frosted and torn a little bit. Um, you do see an advertisement um, for Mary's candied apples. 1 gold piece to surely fix all of your woes. Um, just ask for Mary. Um, on the notice board, you see that there is a proclamation um, that has been the newest thing that is on the notice board by the Queen. And you see that it basically just lists legal jargon of what you will do in order to basically survive. You will always put forth your queen no matter what. You will never speak ill of the queen. If her royal guard calls upon you for her request, you will obey, you will submit, or you will be imprisoned um, by her guard. It's kind of an eerie feeling, but there doesn't seem to be any job postings on this board.
It was worth a try.
Yeah.
So much for that.
Now what?
I don't know. Something about this place just feels weird. Does anyone else feel kind of unsettled?
Yeah.
Well, after what we've been through the last who knows how many hours, it makes sense.
Should we go back to
About
the
that,
woods?
maybe but in the woods, I don't know. What are we gonna do? Just end up back at the cottage?
Hmm.
I don't want to go back.
As you all are kind of talking, you hear a cart kind of going down one of the lanes, kind of where you are, and you see an old you hear the sound of a small wooden wheels kind of rolling across the damp and snowy cobblestone, and you trace the lonely sound to a hunched figure bundled in like rags and she's following a wooden cart through the fog and the snow mist, and it's being pulled by a black sheep. um, you see her knocking on one of the doors, and a couple moments pass. She knocks again, and then she like gets back and continues on to the next one, as she kind of travels down the street.
I will like point out the sheep, be like, is that a monster?
No, no.
Okay. What is it?
The sheep.
Usually a farm animal, livestock. Usually we'll use their wool for clothing. It doesn't hurt
Interesting.
them.
Can Thal look at what is in the cart?
She's down past the way. You would have to catch up to her.
Never mind. So
I don't know what to do, guys.
I'm at a loss as well.
I feel like we need to go back, like back to Canterbury.
Maybe we could ask for directions.
Wouldn't hurt. You know,
Yeah, I just don't know what to ask. I feel a little confused about like how did we get here?
those Thal's gonna look at the board and be like, those words right there were written in the house too. Do you think the house was the omen, or do you think the queen did that?
I don't think so. But it does seem strange.
I noticed that too.
I just don't know what to do. I feel like we're no help here in the town, and then the woods are scary.
Well, do you remember those dwarves that were in there? That came into the tavern?
Yeah.
They all had pickaxes on their backs. There must be a mine, and if there's a mine, usually they're always looking for workers, correct? Maybe?
I don't want to work in the mines, but maybe the
I just
dwarves would know something about. Maybe there's another town nearby. You know,
maybe we should go on the path and see where it leads.
Is
maybe
anyone
the dwarves. Hmm?
paying attention to the woman with the cart?
That was.
Bailey's
Was
not.
Yeah, when she was asking about the sheep. because she was like looking at it like what, and like staring at it, and then you said the thing, and I was like, okay, that ends. So I turned to the board.
But no one's keeping an eye on her now.
Shit.
Maybe we should ask the dwarves for directions.
Yeah. Maybe we should go to the woods. So, yeah.
What do you guys think?
A possible idea, but all of my ideas lately have run into dead ends, so
I don't think any of us really know what to do, Elowen. It's okay.
Dwarves is the best idea.
Lucan, what do you think?
I am just as lost as everyone else, so I just dwarves it is.
You guys are going back out into the bitter cold forest.
oh, they went towards the forest.
They left out of town. Remember, it's like 19 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now. And if you spend an hour outside, no matter where you are, you're going to suffer from you're going to roll for exhaustion.
Do you think they went far?
Maybe they went too far. Maybe it was a bad idea.
I'm not trying to be a baby or anything, but I really am freezing. I don't like the wet. I don't like the cold.
Love both those things, but I understand.
Can Bailey look up and just look around the area to see if there's any other notice boards or anybody else doing something that might draw her attention?
Roll investigation.
9 plus 6, 15.
Okay, so as you look around, it doesn't seem to be any type of notice board other than the one that you saw. As you're looking around, you see these men dressed in black soldiers, knights outfits with swords and large black horses as they kind of patrol through the city. Almost your best guess would be that this might be the Black Guard that you've been hearing about, the Queen's Guard. The kind of villagers are just trying to stay warm and huddled and going quickly from place to place. Some people are drawing water from the well, but when they pull it up, it looks to be frozen, so they kind of get like a little dismayed, um, and then head back in. And then the woman pushing a cart is on the other side of the street now, knocking on a door, and you see that this time the door opens. Now on the inside, it's hard to discern who she's talking to through the mist and the fog of the snow, but she seems to be conversing with someone, and she pulls something from the cart and shows it. Can't discern what it is, but then you see her get a little bit more animated as another person appears in the doorway, just from that quick time of you looking at her.
That
Lady
same lady
Axe.
who went door to door?
Yeah, I wonder what's in her cart.
I don't know. Maybe on the way to our next house we can ask.
Sure. It's not like we have anything else to do.
As you kind of stare at this happening, do you start walking toward her, or you just watch?
Watch from the other side of the street.
Okay, you can see that the two adults seem to be now like pleading, almost, and like sorrowful, for this woman, as she takes a little boy's hand, stuffs him into a sack, and heaves it over onto the cart, and the sheep and her start pushing down the lane.
Did you guys just see that?
Yeah.
I think she kidnapped the little boy.
Are the two people in the doorway still visible? Are they reacting in any way?
They're crying, but they are not fighting.
Oh. Maybe that's a bath woman?
A what?
I don't know how you guys take your baths. Maybe they get you in the cart, put you in there, and it was a very dirty boy.
You think that you,
Elowen shakes her head and she starts crossing the street.
Bailey follows?
Okay. And
What are you doing? Why?
She walks up to the grieving mother and father and she says, "Excuse me, are you both all right? Is there anything I can do?"
they, as you, can you roll a perception check?
Yeah. 19 plus 4, 23.
Okay, so as you kind of look at the parents, you see that there is almost a haze or a super that is on them as they start to sob. The mother like goes inside as the father kind of tries to compose himself the best he can, um, and she or he's like, it's it's fine. What's done is done.
What do you mean what's done is done? What happened?
I don't wish to talk about it further. Good day, ma'am. He steps inside and closes the door on her.
Oh. Elowen turns around and walks away from the door, and she looks down the street to where the cart's going.
You see that it's heading down the lane. She's not stopping at any houses anymore. She's just kind of continuing on, almost in a brisk walk.
How
We
close is
follow?
she to the guards?
She's not that far away.
She looks back at them and she's like, "We have to save him."
From
I
the
don't.
bath.
I don't know if that's true. This is not our business.
A little boy was just taken from his parents.
And they clearly seem to understand why. Maybe this is the Queen's doing.
It's not right.
I'm just saying, we need to keep our wits about us.
Could we at least follow her?
I think that we should try to follow from a distance.
Okay.
I agree. I agree with you. I do. I just don't want to get caught up in something if we don't even know what it is.
That's true. Okay.
We hardly know where we're at.
Yeah, and I really feel weird about how we got here too. I just want to. Maybe we'll just see where she's going.
Okay. Standing around loitering isn't going to solve any of those questions that we have. This is a question of the current now. Let's go.
I'm with you. Let's go.
All right, so you guys follow her.
Mhm.
All right, so she seems to be heading out of town as she passes a stone wall and gate. Um, as you trail behind her, staying back far enough to not catch her gaze. Um, and the pathway leads down deeper into the valley, kind of along a old path. Um, you see on the right hand side there is a couple signs. Um, the it's like a signpost of showing where directions are. There are three posts. One points in the direction of the castle. Um, off to the right. Another sign points backwards towards the village, and it says a White Run or Whitecliff. I'm sorry. And the other sign points the old mill. You continue following her.
Mhm.
Sure. So you continue following her down the road um, for about 20 minutes as she takes her lead her that was really loud. As she takes her time to the path, and then let's see, what do I want? As you kind of descend into the trail, you see this fog and snow-covered valley. In the heart of the valley, you see uh, a still kind of mountain lake with like kind of fog rolling over it. Um, and then there is a hill, like a hillside, a snowy hillside, where there is a dilapidated stone windmill with warped weather vanes and that are barred very still. And you see her enter the mill. You are still kind of at the base of the pathway as you kind of look up at this mill. What do you do?
She went.
We
We can turn around now.
What is she
are we
gonna do?
following her down there?
Yeah, what do you
Do you have a better idea?
I mean, it is none of our business.
Better idea for what? Yeah, go back and get a room.
That we
don't know.
can't afford.
With what? With what money?
Well, I still don't feel like the alternative to that is getting involved in whatever this is.
He took a child from her parents. From his parents.
Maybe he was naughty.
You give the child a spanking. You don't give him away. You don't,
You don't know how this world works. I mean, maybe that's how they do. They're like, oh, you have to go work around the mill.
Thal is absolutely right. We don't know how this world works. Do you want to get closer and try to look inside? I mean, what's your plan? You're not going to go in there and confront her. Or are we going to commit actual murder?
no,
What are you planning?
nothing. It just doesn't seem right. And I remember that we're supposed to protect. I don't know what or how or anything, but I have this gut feeling. I don't remember everything. Maybe we can just look in the window and make sure she isn't doing anything bad to him.
Read it.
And if she is,
We go and tell those guards.
How do you know this isn't something the guards ordered?
Okay, fine. We forget about this and we go back, maybe go to the general store and see if they're willing to trade for some gold of what we have on us.
If you want to look in the window, I just think we should all be on the same page. You know, not everywhere works like a forest tribe. I just want you to be careful.
I know I'm naive. This doesn't sit well with me. And I don't know, I know you're from some big city where a lot of people ignore crimes and other heinous things, but that's not who I am. But maybe this is how it works, and we'll just go back to town. I sent us on this wild goose chase, I'm sorry.
I mean, for
Just
your own like sake of mind, you can look in the window and just see that, oh, everything's hunky-dory, and then we'll go back to town.
remember though, I mean, if everything's not all hunky dory,
We still go
can't-
back to town.
but you can't unsee whatever's happening in there. Do you want to look in the window?
Need to know.
Don't get caught.
All right. So the onion domed edifice leans forward to one side as though trying to turn away from the stormy gray sky above. You see that there are gray walls and dirt covered windows on the upper floors. A decrepit wooden platform encircles the windmill above a flimsy doorway leading into the building's interior. Perched on a wooden beam above the door is a raven. It hops about and squawks at you, seemingly agitated.
Elowen smiles at the raven, and she casts Speak to Animals. Hello.
Using a spell slot. Ooh. The raven it squawks about you, and is you can tell through its squawks it's trying to warn you about something. um and then the raven flies off in the direction of the forest.
Wouldn't talk.
You can tell that it's trying to warn you about something.
I think we should follow it.
The raven has disappeared in the forest and
Okay.
snow and fog. Yeah.
Appreciate your like communication with animals or whatever, but I am not following a bird.
Well, I don't see any windows from here, so let's go back to town.
Okay.
He tried to warn me about something.
Who?
The raven.
Oh,
Once we're away from the peoples of the town, can Thal cast Cure Wounds on herself?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
For you all though, a deep guttural feeling in your hearts and your stomach stops you, and you can tell within your bones that this, returning to town, is not something a hero or a keeper would do.
Oh, fuck. Do you all feel
Feeling.
like
Okay.
Elowen,
Yeah.
Feeling.
I feel
But
really
your choice.
nauseous?
maybe
Your
you're
choice.
right.
What you do.
I don't know, Elowen. Maybe you have a point. I'm just
There's no one
feeling-
around.
I just feel a little confused about how we got here and where we are and what's happening. I don't know. It takes a lot to make me feel nervous, but maybe you're right.
Through the creaking of the windmill, you hear the wails of a small boy child from within the windmill.
I'm going in.
Yeah,
Wait.
Lucan like has a moment and he's like, yeah, okay. All right. Guess we're doing this. Let's go.
Okay.
Did you want to say something, Lauren?
Yes, I was just wondering how much we actually remembered, because I wasn't sure if we remembered if we were the keepers of Everas or heroes or anything like that, so I wasn't quite sure.
Elliot,
Yeah. And is it
uh,
fading? Is it like getting
that
worse?
is the only thing that you remember.
Okay.
Specifically being told is that you are going to become keepers, and you're and like you are on your way. You're not keepers right now, but you are destined to become keepers of Everas itself. Um, whether or not you choose to follow this path is completely your own decisions, but you will get gut conscious feelings of when you should or should not do something. That is my only DM gift to you.
Like part of
Thank you.
Elliot's like spell?
Hmm?
Do we know it was Elliot that said it to us, or this like
No.
mysterious figure?
Hmm. A white haired man is
Wait
all you
here.
can picture in your mind. So you said you guys are entering in the building?
Yeah.
Okay. So the ground floor has been converted into what seems to be like a makeshift kitchen, but the room is absolutely filthy. Baskets and old dishware are piled everywhere. Adding to the clutter is the cart, a chicken coop, a heavy wooden trunk, and a pretty wooden cabinet with flowers painted on its dorm. And in addition to the clucking of the chickens, you hear like toads croaking. Um, and then you smell the sweet smell of candied apples but it blends horridly with the stench that burns at your nostrils. The awful odor comes out of an open, upright barrel in the center of the room. Warmth issues from a brick oven against one wall, and a crumbling staircase ascends the wall across from it. Shrieks and cackles from somewhere higher up cause the old mill to shudder.
What in the world?
As you
Where?
kind of step, no, you're fine. As you kind of step more into the room, and you hear a sickening crunch below your feet, and realize that small human bones litter the flagstone floor.
I don't think a pirate ship or any kind of sunken ship was here. Heard a cackle. Should we go towards the crying boy direction?
We can figure out where. So, is there any doors out of this room?
No, just the decrepit staircase going up.
The only way is up.
Okay.
Let's stick together and be really quiet.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Elowen
walk
gets her
back.
staff ready.
Right? You all are going to roll stealth if you want to be quiet.
14 plus 3, 17.
4.
21.
7.
Okay.
Lucan is so not sneaky. It's perfect.
As you guys kind of try to creep your way up through the doorway or the a staircase. Yeah, Lucan is just making a little bit of creaky noise as the wood, creaks underneath your feet. But on the second floor, you see a haggard, heavy-set old woman with a face wrinkled as the boiled apples that she creates from below, and she's pushing around a few old bones and stirring up a cloud of white dust with her broom. She wears a blood-stained, flour-caked apron, a long, sharp bodkin, and pales her bundled-up mound of gray hair. The dirt-caked windows allow very little light to enter this 8-foot-high chamber, most of which is taken up by a large millstone connected to a wooden gear shaft that rises through the ceiling in the center of the room. A stone staircase continued upward. The old woman, she turns around and she's like, "Ah, you've come for my candied apples, yes? Come on, downstairs. I will get a fresh batch for you."
Oh, candy's good, right?
Oh, it's delicious, my dear. And these are not just any candied apples. They are Mary's candied apples. One bite and all your dreams will come true. And for the next 4 hours, your life will become bliss and happiness as you experience a high you've never felt before. Only one gold piece per apple.
Oh,
Question.
Yay.
We happened to see a little boy come in through here. I was wondering if you'd seen him.
Yes, that I have. He is upstairs, and I will be using him to help with the making of my candied apples. His poor parents couldn't pay for the candied apples I had delivered to them, so I required payment, and as agreed, our contract signed. One child for their dozen.
Oh,
Why would they need so many candied apples?
Well, I'm sure you've seen, my dear, this place is not very happy place. Most people in town love old Mary's candied apples, buying them up when I come around to escape the harsh reality of our world.
they sound like fun.
They are. Now come downstairs. I have a fresh batch ready just for
Um,
you.
I don't have gold, but I have a pearl.
You don't have any gold. Well,
Not
I'm sorry. You'll need to find gold or you'll need to vacate the mill.
oh,
But I happened to see the boy. I just wanted to check on him.
No. Either you're buying candled apples or you'll leave.
Oh, okay, here's one gold piece.
Perfect. Now,
But, and
yes,
she holds the gold piece out.
I'm
I will
sure
buy an apple. I would like to see the boy too.
you don't need to see him.
Oh,
You'll
but
buy
I
the
would love
apple.
to.
I don't care what you would love to do, my dear, besides buy my apple, take a bite, and experience euphoria. But not here. Come downstairs.
okay.
Can Elowen look around real quick because she said that the boy was upstairs with her.
Hmm.
19 for investigation plus 2, 21.
What are you looking for?
To see if she can see the sack or anything similar.
So in this room, it's really small. It's just got
Okay.
that kind of centered, like grinding, thing to help with the mill. But yeah, there's nothing else in the room besides just disgusting dirt and grime. Come now, and she like extends her arms and tries to usher you back downstairs.
Elowen follows.
Thal follows. She's scared now.
Everyone goes back downstairs.
Hmm.
So the old woman, she comes down the steps all behind you, and she goes over to the uh wood burning stove and pulls out a pot and sets it on the table, and then she over to the barrel. She pulls out an apple and she sticks a stick into it and then dips the apple into the candy solution. And then from a little like pouch, she sprinkles this white powder over it. And then she says, "One gold piece for one apple."
May I know what you just sprinkled on it?
That's what makes it so euphoric, my dear.
Oh, but I am a training herbalist, and I would love to know.
I'm not giving you my recipes, you wretched girl. Either give me the gold coin and take the apple and leave, or get out.
I think that drags. Yeah. Like if you eat a really bad clam, you get like,
You
no.
have pet ravens.
No, I hate the wretched things.
How come?
Because they're pestering all the time, all hours of the night. Caw, caw, caw. I wish it'd leave.
Is there only one that bothers you?
No, but do you not hear them all outside cawing endlessly?
If you would become friends with them, maybe they would be more quieter.
Old Mary has no time for becoming friends with ravens.
And all your time is spent making candied apples?
Absolutely. Now, what is with this questions? Either take the apple, pay me what is due, or leave.
Fine, here is your gold piece.
Thank you. And she puts it into her apron and hands over the candied apple. Now, your friends, are they buying one too?
The monies.
I'll buy one.
Perfect. One gold, please. And she
What?
too pulls an apple from the barrel, sticks a stick in it, dunks it in the candy, sprinkles the powder over it, and hands it over to Bailey.
Thank you.
While she's making that candied apple, can Elowen circle the circular room just real quick to see if she sees anything out of all of the junk that's in there, to see if she sees or hears anything that would resemble a small boy crying or trying not to cry, like stifling his crying or something.
Sure. So, you just kind of look around the room, and you see that the painted cabinet, doors, the croaking of toads, in one of the barrels. But there doesn't seem to be any like cubby or hiding place around. I'm keeping your same investigation check from earlier.
Thank you. Can she like look at the wardrobe, or and tap on it?
Yes, is there something you needed?
Oh, I just was admiring how pretty and painted this is. That's all.
Roll a deception.
D. Well, 11.
She kind of like looks at you and is like, "Yes, it's pretty, isn't it? Now step away around the other side of the counter."
Oh, I'm sorry. Where did you get it? It is just beautiful.
My mother made it.
Really? She must have been quite an artist.
She was a horrible, wretched woman. She's dead. She spits on the floor.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm
Why?
so,
Why are you
so,
sorry for someone you don't even know?
well, no one deserves to go through that. Being raised up in that kind of environment.
Sure, but I have no time to dwell in the past. And then she looks over at Thal and Lucan. A candied apple.
You said I should leave because I don't have the golds. I have the pearls. So sorry.
Pearls. Pose I could. If you have at least 5, I'm sure I could pawn that off. Fine.
Oh. She like sticks in her pocket, but like she takes a whole handful. She's like, "Here, 5."
And she looks at it, she's like, yes, perfect. And she stuffs it into her apron and she makes another apple.
While she does that, Elowen's gonna open the cupboard or wardrobe as quietly as she can to peek inside.
You're gonna roll, stealth with disadvantage.
So it's +4, 7, and then it would be a 7.
All right. So with your 7, she finishes handing the apple, and then as she turns around to look at the other one, I told you to get away from that. Now you have your candy apples. Leave.
Just wanted to admire the woodworking and see how the shelves were arranged inside, or if there is anything like that. I have a project going on, and if they could replicate this, this would be lovely in my house.
Oh my dear. She turns around, she opens up the cabinet, and all you see are just like vials of potions and ingredients. There. Are you done?
Yes, thank you.
And she closes that back up. Now, if I'm not making another apple for this handsome young fellow, I need you all to leave.
What do you have going on that you need us so urgently out? Like,
I don't take kindly to loiterers, sir. Now be gone.
but you have a little boy loitering around?
He's working for me. I need his help to create these apples. As you can see, it's only me.
I can see you must not have a lot of time to clean up. What's with all the bones on the floor?
Yes, the bones. Poor souls who loiter will die after I've asked them to leave numerous times politely. This is your last and final straw to leave.
Quite a way to treat your customers, but
You've
I
paid.
guess we'll go.
Goodbye.
One more question.
Oh god, this insolent girl, these questions. One final one.
Do you need any help around here?
No, I have the help. Thank you. And she gets behind the counter and starts ushering you out of the mill.
That was the first to leave. Ooh.
One had taken
Well,
her apple and she wrapped it in one of the old clothes. Or she has another set of like common clothes and she wraps it in the shirt so she doesn't touch it and she puts it in her bag.
I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'll rip a page out of one of my books and use the paper to like wrap it up and put it away in my bag.
Al just puts it in her pocket.
Okay.
It's like, I have no clue what to do with this. She just sticks it in her pocket.
Turns. The white dust is bones.
I was thinking the same thing. Let's agree nobody eats the apples. Maybe they'll come in handy later.
Elowen walks down the stairs. And she shakes her head. I didn't see the boy at all. And she didn't leave. He's in there somewhere.
What are you thinking?
That she turned him into a toad. Or a frog. Or one of the chickens that are in there.
Like what happened? Wasn't there was our friend. Didn't they get turned into something? Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know. That rings a bell. Maybe you're right.
So you think she's a witch?
Obviously.
Oh. I thought she was just making apples.
No. Not
There's
with any of those potions that I saw in that cupboard. I didn't get a good look at what kinds, but not a normal apple make or candied apple maker would have those.
Not only that, but I don't think normal candied apples would convince someone to give up their child.
So I think it's
I ask something real quick?
Mhm.
Wasn't there like a third floor? Like, didn't you say there was a second set of stairs going up?
yeah. And she said that the boy was on that floor.
No windows on the outside of the building. Like no way we could get in from the outside to a higher floor.
Well, we can't just leave him here.
I don't think so.
So,
What if you think real hard about making it your dream to rescue the boy, and then take a bite of that apple, and if it works, then we'll rescue the boy?
Or we eat bones. I wonder if they taste like fish bones.
That's she did say it would make our dreams come true, but that's quite a leap of faith. Do
Hey,
you
that's
wanna
all I got.
do you wanna
or
try it?
we go back in there. One of us, Lucian, you didn't buy an apple. We go in there. You buy an apple. Bailey, you're very sneaky. Could you sneak up the stairs
I could
and
do
go
that.
to the third floor and see where he is? And I'll keep asking questions. Hopefully she won't kill me.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys can distract her and keep her turned away and keep her occupied, I think I could get by. But then what? What do I do at the top floor? What, I mean, even if the boy's there, do I
Bring him down.
try to sneak past you guys on the way out?
She'll see the boy.
You guys have to be a really convincing distraction. But I'll try. I'll do it.
What if I eat part of the apple? That's
I
a
don't
part of
think
a distraction.
that makes me nervous. I don't think we should eat it.
I don't think it's a good idea either, but what's a big enough distraction to cause?
Maybe that should be your backup plan. Like maybe you guys could keep her busy, and if I find the boy and I come down, maybe then. But if I don't even find him, then maybe we could play it off. I don't know. It's your
Or
choice.
What if I order like more than one apple so she has to take longer to make them? But the thing is I've only got 5 gold. So like, yeah, that's 5 apples, but how many apples are we talking here?
It can be
that
quick.
she really hated the ravens, right?
Do you
She
have a
said
raven in your pocket?
No, but I wonder if I pray to Cynthia, would he bring his ravens?
Worth
It's
a
worth
shot.
a try. You guys go in there.
I'm not gonna go in. I'm gonna try to stay completely unseen. I'll come in after you guys start talking to her.
Okay.
Leave the door cracked or something.
I'll go in after Thal and you, Lucian, go in there, get some apples. I'll see if I can conjure up some crows somehow. Or ravens.
If she asks where I'm at, just tell her I already ate the apple.
All right. Let's do this.
Alrighty. Alright, Lucan's gonna. Oh.
Sorry. Elowen's gonna walk a little further away from you guys, like if there's like a tree or a stone or something, and she's gonna sit next to it and she's gonna close her eyes, bow her head a little bit, and pray to Cynthia to send the ravens of the forest.
How long do you spend praying? What do you offer? What
I
do
have to
you
offer
bring out?
something.
What do you? Yeah, you can pray, but that doesn't mean it's gonna happen.
I don't know that much about Cynthia.
Wah, wah. You can roll religion.
Yeah, I would like to do that. Ooh, 12 plus 2. Oh, 14, okay.
Perfect. You know that in order to pray to Cynthia of the Wood, you must be near an old tree of untouched curse or darkness. Usually bringing some type of offering for the wood or doing some type of good work works as a larger ritual. But I mean, you can just pray to Cynthia itself. That doesn't always mean that it's going to be heard.
Can I look around to see if there's any large trees around?
Hmm. There are a lot of large trees around. You're surrounded by a forest.
I didn't know within the vicinity.
Hmm. You're on a hillside.
Okay. She's gonna walk away from the mill for just a little bit, and she's gonna start touching trees to see if she can feel their essence.
Do you have a spell for that?
I didn't. I would just be feeling for the vibe.
Do you have a spell for that?
No. Okay. She's gonna pick a tree, and around it, she is going to brush off some of the snow, cast Druidcraft on some of the meek-looking weeds and stuff around there, and let them bloom a bit. And then she's going to pray to Cynthia.
Okay. For how long?
A good 10 minutes.
Okay. And what's the prayer say?
Cynthia, my lord of the wood, I am but your humble servant, and I wish for you to help us in this endeavor. A boy has been taken, and I call upon your watchful ravens to come here and look after us. Thank you, O Cynthia of the wood. May you bless us with your presence.
Wonderful. Okay. Great. What do you do now?
I open up my eyes, look around, and then I start towards the mill, walking, hoping that it worked.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
we are
everyone else?
we're buying the apples.
So Lucan's gonna kind of aggressively shove the door back open. Hey!
You do this quickly.
Yes.
Roll for initiative.
Oh, jeez.
Me too.
Everyone who is entering the mill.
Okay. Cool. 10.
I would have stayed back. She was gonna go in next.
Okay. Then just Thal and Lucan. But you might change your mind when you see what happens. All right. So 10 and Lucan.
9.
Okay. You burst open the door, and on the other side of the room, you see this creature before you, this large-looking manifestation. It is a night hag. Her glowing green eyes and horns protrude from her forehead as her long claws elongate, and her skin turns a sickly purplish dark. And she turns to you, um, and you realize that, oh shit, this is a night hag. Um, and she screeches at you, and Thal, you have the first move.
At the screech, she's like, "Oh shit!" and she just blasts off Eldritch Blast real fast.
Okay, sure.
I have to find my D8. Hold tight. I was not prepared for this. Oh, great.
Okay, so
That's
does
a
Bailey see
5.
this?
Yeah, Bailey sees her open the door and cast this blast. How much?
A 5.
5 damage? Okay.
Yeah.
Lucan, you're next.
Level 2, bitch.
He wants to be like, what the fuck, abort mission, but,
You have 6 seconds.
Oh no!
But you want,
Okay.
no, not like you have to choose what you want to do in 6 seconds. You have a 6 seconds like reaction of what you want to do within 6 seconds.
No, he will, pull out his, war scythe.
Okay.
And, I guess he'll just fucking go for it.
Okay. Roll AC.
What dice is that? Is that
It's a D20.
okay?
Remember to add any attack bonus
Oh,
or anything you have.
That's a nat 20.
Okay. So you'll roll for double damage.
Okay, so this says 1d10, so that's
You roll it twice.
okay. Wait, which one's my? Oh goodness, Sydney. I need help.
It looks like this.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's like a top.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
That is a 6.
6 and
Is the 0 10?
Mhm.
Okay.
so 16. Perfect. Alrighty. So after this attack, she goes after Lucan. +7 to hit. That's a 14, 21. Looks like that beats your AC. You're going to be taking 13 damage from her claws.
Oh shit. We're not gonna survive this. Oh shit.
Oh no.
What's up?
I'm still alive. Just oh no.
Alrighty, Bailey, you are finally back into round. Go ahead and roll initiative for me if you want to intervene with battle.
I'll draw my sword and run in, and I will yell over my shoulder to Elowen. Be like, hey, Something's happening. Okay, initiative. I rolled a 12. Wait, plus 3, 15.
Okay, so 15. So you're first.
Okay. How close is Lucan to the creature? Is he within 5 feet?
They're all about within 10 feet. Well, if you run in closer to her, you're within 5 feet. But this room is like 10 feet in diameter. It gets small.
So Lucan is pretty close to her.
Yes.
Okay.
If you've gone past him, like you're in front of him now.
Okay. No, I wonder because I was gonna say, all right, then I will use my I'll use my short bow.
Okay.
So, it's so weird having to roll AC now that I'm not like testing spells. Off to a good start with a 6.
That does not hit.
No.
All right, Thal, you're next.
She's going to get as far back and kind of up the stairs, so she's like a little bit above but away from her, if you know what I mean. Like she's trying to stay the fuck away because she's not gonna survive this. Another Eldritch blast.
Okay. How much damage?
11.
Okay. All right, Night Hag. Night Hag's going after Baili. 14 plus 7, 21 again. Oh, nice. That is 13 points of slashing damage for her claws. And then back at the top at Baili.
Okay. Going to try again with my short bow.
Okay.
Okay, this time it's a 15 to hit.
That does not hit.
That doesn't hit. Okay, well, I'm gonna use my cunning action to. Can I use it to dodge? Or like,
Yeah.
Okay, it says dash, hide, or disengage. Would any of those help me?
Disengage means you're leaving battle, so you're disengaging like from that part. Dash would means you're getting out of range within your walking speed, I think is 30. And then
Is there
hide
anywhere to hide?
You could try to hide behind one of the counters, absolutely.
She's just gonna kind of move to get some cover. She just got hit pretty hard. Yeah. Okay.
Sure, absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry, Lucan. I just totally skipped over Lucan. That was my fault.
No.
Go ahead.
Okay.
And then
So
you're
quick
gonna go
question.
again. You're gonna go twice.
Oh, okay.
Because I skipped you in the first. Yeah, that's my fault.
Okay, quick question. What is the hit dice again? Like my little hit dice thingy? I can't remember what that means.
That's for when you level up. Or
Okay,
if you
that's
take
what
a
I
rest
thought.
break.
I am making sure. Okay.
It's okay.
Okay, so if he like moves back, like that's his whole turn, right?
Like what do you, just like moving out of the way within 30 feet? You get like your action, and then movement, or movement and then action.
Can't you split your movement too? Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't know. Okay, he's just gonna like back way up. And then he's gonna
like back
take
up as in using like your full movement or a half movement?
I don't even know. Like
So,
in the doorway.
Okay, so you're not moving a full thing. That will count as your movement for your entire
That's okay.
turn now. Okay.
That's okay.
Okay, so you back up into the doorway, and then what's your action? Or you can not do it. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to.
That's good.
Okay, end your turn. Okay, so then technically you get a second turn because I skipped you the first time.
Okay, can he actually take his mace and throw it?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I think you have. No, I don't really care. There's some to do with proficiencies and stuff like that. But yeah, that's fine. Just roll AC, which is a d20, and any attack bonuses you have.
12. What's
It would say next to whatever weapon you have, like what.
Oh, okay. Oh, 5.
Plus 5.
It says in the attack bonus slot, it says 5.
Perfect. Yep.
Um,
So you have 12 plus 5.
yeah.
That is a hit.
Okay.
Wait.
And then
that's a hit. Yep.
Okay, and then I have a D6, and it's a 6.
Okay, 6 points of damage. You got it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's a learning curve. It's all good. This is one of our few encounters we have, so it's all good. Okay, so Bailey is now into combat. Thal hit twice. Bailey hit once. Lucan's hit twice. Night Hag has hit twice. Back to Bailey.
To Bailey? Okay. Use my bow.
Now
Okay.
you're hiding right now.
Yeah. Does that affect me using my short bow?
So you would technically you would
use
get
an
out
action to pop up.
Yeah.
It's going to be a sneak attack because she knows, but you like pop up and like pow, and then you have to use the rest of your action and go back down.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'll do then.
Okay, sure.
Right. Okay. So AC was a 16.
That does not hit.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Hopefully that helped you battleship it out with what her AC is at. Okay, next would be Thal.
All drugs plus.
How much damage?
It's a 11.
Okay. Alrighty. And then Lucan.
Well, he doesn't have his mace anymore. So that's a bummer. I also have on here, I have 4 javelins listed, but I don't have my thingy for them, so I don't know.
Throw it, but you can do whatever you want.
I mean, but I don't have, like, the, like, damage for it listed.
Oh.
Like, they're just in my bag, and I never, like, put them in. Anyway, okay, so he can't take another hit, so, like, this is a problem.
1d6 is javelin damage.
Oh, okay. Well, then he has 4, so he's gonna throw another one. Or, well, he will throw one.
Mm-hmm.
That is 13, but I don't know if there is an attack bonus.
Okay, yeah, we'll just go. You said it was a 13?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that does not hit.
Yeah.
Would it be your dexterity mod because it's a ranged
Oh,
weapon?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You're exactly right. So whatever your dexterity modifier is.
That's a 15.
A 15, okay. Alright, so Night Hag. She is going to cast Magic Missile.
No.
So 3 darts appear from her glowing hand. She goes for each one of you.
I love this spell.
Which is 1d4 plus 1. So hopefully I try to split it up a little bit. Because of course it's a 4. So 5 points of damage for each of you.
4 of us?
The 3 of you. Ren's not here yet. Elowen isn't.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Sorry, you said how much?
5 points of damage.
5 points?
Force
Okay.
damage, yeah.
Okay.
I no longer have HP.
Okay. What's your max HP?
My max is 24.
Okay, so you're good. So on your next turn, you're gonna roll a d20 for a death saving throw.
Okay.
Have to get over a 10 3 times to get back up. If you roll below a 10 each time, die. We're good. But let me know if that happens. I'll pop you in the dungeon. We'll have a chat. Okay. At this time, Elowen, you have heard the calls of Bailey as she's
Mhm.
screamed out to you. This interrupts your prayer, technically speaking. You hear her call. What do you do?
Elowen's eyes go wide open, and she stands up quickly, and she's just like, "Oh no!" And as she's running
Mhm.
towards the mill, she does wild shape,
Mhm.
and she shifts into a giant badger.
Okay.
CR rating is 1/4, so it fits within the range. And she goes to the windmill to prepare to fight.
Perfect. Okay. So that whole time was the 3 rounds that we've gone through. Roll initiative.
11.
Okay. So wait, someone else got an 11.
I think it was me.
Thou did. So roll again.
15.
Okay. So wait, didn't Bailey get 15? Yep. Roll again.
19.
There
Okay. So
we go.
yeah, Ellen, you would be first in order, followed by Bailey, followed by Thal, followed by Lucan.
Uh, Giant badgers, myself, does a multi-attack. One is its bite and one is its claws. I will roll for the bite. 17 plus 3 to hit, 20.
Go ahead.
Okay. And then 4 times 1d6 plus 1. 6
Okay.
plus 1 is 7 times 4. I can't do math.
7 times 4.
Yeah.
Me.
Bel-
35.
28.
Wait, just
7
kidding.
times
28.
28. Yeah.
28.
Hmm?
Okay, and then as soon as she latches on with her claws, she makes a swipe.
Mhm.
18.
A hit.
Okay. And then 2d4. Okay, so 2. 2. So 4 plus 1 is 5 times 6 is 30.
Alrighty. Bailey, you're up next.
Um. Okay, finally. So, I rolled a 19. Still using my short bow.
Mhm.
That is 1d6 for damage. And I'm gonna use my sneak attack to since Elowen has her distracted. So do I have to roll AC twice, or no? I just deal an extra 1d6. Okay, so 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 damage. And I'm gonna yell to Thal and Elowen. Should we run?
Can't answer.
Hmm.
I have
So
to go
with
for just a second. I'm sorry, guys. I'll be right back.
No, you're fine. So with that final blow by Bailey, the hag shrieks out in pain as she collapses onto the floor, dead.
Thank God. Is it dead? She shouts from above. Well, I guess nobody can answer her. It's just like, oh shit. And she like goes downstairs and looks at Lucan's body and assesses it.
Good.
Hold tight. I gotta make sure.
Initiative ended.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Elowen will. It says I have to use a bonus action to transform back.
You're fine. Yeah,
I'm
initiative
fine.
ended.
Okay. So she shifts back into her normal self and she looks at uh Lucan and she's like, "Oh gosh, I wish I got here sooner. And she quickly goes and she kneels down beside him and she rummages through her bag and she pulls out the potion that she made in the tavern. And she lifts him up just to pour it in his mouth.
Perfect. Yep, you get revived for whatever. But let's see.
Yeah, I don't think I know.
2d4 plus 2.
I will add
Do
that
I
to my
roll the-
notes.
No, Lucan will.
Wait, what?
Roll 2d4 plus 2.
Okay, yeah.
All good.
Because I was like, do I roll that? And you said, no, Lucan will. And I was really
I thought
confused.
Lauren said that. Sorry, I was looking it up on my other screen.
You're good. Seven, eight, 9,
Perfect. Get
I think.
9 points of HP.
Ooh.
So more to me. Are you okay?
He kind of like coughs and like sits up. Like, I don't know. I think so.
Imagine
Are you
if
guys
something-
okay? Is like everyone else okay?
Like, no, that was pretty awful.
She
Glad I
got
got
injured.
here in time.
Yeah, you kind of like really rawr into her. Like,
Yeah,
that
that was
was-
crazy.
Something
Monster.
came over me. I
a badger?
never been able to do that before.
Really?
It's my first time.
Do what?
She turned into a monster thing.
Yeah.
It was kind of cute. But it
Hmm.
had like claws.
Maybe I have to try
Thanks.
not to like die to see it.
Well, since you guys are stable, I'm gonna go see if the boy is okay. And she runs up towards the third flight. Or second flight, sorry.
Okay. You get to the second flight, and then you take the ladder to the third floor. Yes.
I want to see if the boy's there.
Oh, on the second floor?
No. When I take the ladder up. That's
Oh,
why I'm
okay,
going
yeah,
to the third floor.
Yeah, the third floor. Sorry, I didn't hear that you said you were going to the third floor yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Okay, so let me pull this out really quick. 1 moment here.
You have a
Awesome.
candy apple on your bed.
No, what are you talking about? This whole thing?
Yeah, I love it.
um, you see that on the third floor there is a thick wooden gear shaft in the center of a cramped circular room. Um, uh, there is a rotting wooden closet with 3 crates stacked on top of each other, with small doors set into them. Next to the closet is a heap of discarded clothing, and then a ladder climbs through the wooden trap door in the ceiling. And there's a moldy bed with a tattered canopy that stands but nearby.
Hello? Is anybody up there?
You don't hear anything moving around in the attic.
Okay. She looks around and opens up the wardrobe that's in there.
On the inside, you see the young boy from earlier is bound and gagged. You can see that his tears have just like stained his gag, and you can see the trails through the dirt on his face as he looks up at you, pleading.
Oh. I'm so sorry you went through this. And she undoes the gag and all of the ropes.
Thank you. Thank you. She was going to eat me.
I'm glad we got here in time. And she helps the boy out. She's like, "Are you okay? Did she hurt you?"
I'm okay. But I didn't see my sister.
Your sister's here?
She was taken just a fortnight because of my parent.
All right. I don't think anybody else is in here. Let me check the attic real quick, okay? If she's gone, the old lady is gone. My friends are downstairs. If you want to go to them, they're nice. I'll look for your sister.
I'm gonna stay with you.
Okay. All right. Well, let me peek in the attic and see if she's there, okay? She might be hidden away as well.
Okay.
And Elowen goes up to the trapdoor in the ceiling.
Sure. When you reach the Mimo's Peak, it's a domed chamber filled with old machinery, and there's not much room to move around. You see that light slips into this attic through the small holes in the wall, but there's really nothing much up here.
Just empty.
Hmm.
Elowen sighs, and she closes the door, and she's like, she's not there. But let's look under the bed and see if there's a couple chests in here. Let's see if she's in there, okay?
Okay.
Elowen creeps over to the bed and looks under it to see if she's there.
Nothing's under the bed.
And then you said there's a wardrobe and then some crates.
Hmm.
Is there any like openings to the crates?
Hmm.
Elowen goes over there and she opens one of them.
See children's clothes in it.
She goes open and opens the next one,
Children's shoes.
and she opens the last one.
Empty.
She turns to the boy and she's like, she's not in this room. Let's go downstairs and we can see if my friends were able to find her, okay?
Okay. And then he like holds out his hand. He's like, "Can I hold your hand?"
Yes. And she takes his hand and she helps him down. She's like, come on, let's climb down the ladder. And she helps him down the ladder and then to the stairs, and she keeps holding his hand the whole time.
Okay. You reconvene with the rest of your friends.
She looks down. What's your name?
And so,
Hansel. It's nice to meet you. I'm Elowen. And these are my friends, Baili, Thal, and Lucan. They're all like me. They're all nice. The
hi.
old lady is gone. This is Hansel, everybody. His sister came here a fortnight ago. I didn't find her upstairs. Did you see anything around here?
Seeing other
Really
children.
looked. Lucan's gonna kind of get up and be like, oh man, and he's gonna go pick up his mace and his javelin, please.
Okay. Yeah, you collect them.
Elowen looks down at Hansel and she's like, I'm so sorry. But it looks like we came here too late for her. Let's get you back to your parents, okay?
No, I don't want to go back to them. They'll just sell me again to some
Okay.
other old horrible woman or the queen.
Do you have any grandparents, perhaps? Or an aunt or uncle?
No, just my sister.
Well, maybe there's some crates in here that we didn't look thoroughly through. Okay?
You know, I appreciate you, but you don't have to lie to me. I'm 11. My
Then I won't
sister
lie.
Gretel is dead, and you know it.
I'm sorry we didn't get here soon enough.
Okay, you're the only one who's ever cared for me except for my sister. And
Well,
maybe,
we had to do something.
yeah. Thank you. And he goes over to the cabinet that was on the that's in the room, and he pulls out a drawer and he picks up this sack and he says, "This is the money that she had. I saw her put it in here." And he hands it over to Elowen, and it contains 62 pieces of gold.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Oh, how else can we help you? I don't want to leave you here. Do you want to go into town with us?
I don't want to go back there. It's a horrible place to live. Maybe the maybe the maiden of the woods. Maybe she'll find me and rescue me.
The Maiden of the Woods. Could you tell me about her?
She no one's ever really seen her. She's kind of like the light, and people who believe in her, good things come to them.
Well, how about you come with us and maybe we can go find this Maiden of the Woods together?
Okay, they they say that in order to find her, you must ask the dwarves.
The dwarves.
Hmm.
We saw some earlier today. They were getting some drinks.
Can't tell anyone about this. If the queen's guard, if her black guard finds out, we're done for.
No, I wouldn't say a word.
Okay.
But why are the dwarves? Are they not allowed in the town?
No, they are, but they work in the mines in the mountains. They say that they might be able to help you find the maiden.
Do we go there now?
Mm,
Well, let's go find this maiden. And if she is of light, that could only be helpful. What do you guys say? And she looks up at everybody.
That sounds better than the town, because the town's kind of scary.
Yeah, we might as well.
Yep.
And the dwarves are funny looking. I want to see them more.
Don't say that. Don't say funny looking, Thal. That's not nice.
But I'm funny looking.
No, you're not. You're beautiful.
What does that mean?
Uh, pretty, awe-inspiring.
Like the
So,
ocean.
oh, yeah. I like the ocean too.
And with
No,
that,
no, I don't.
we're gonna end tonight's episode.
Yay!
Yay! How
Oh, we killed
fun!
something.
Oh, and we
No.
also have all leveled up.